This brief tutorial will demonstrate how a student would log into OARS to take a test that's been scheduled for online assessment. My teachers handed me a slip of paper with my login information, including my username, password, and web address to access the student online assessment portal. I can use that URL address, or from the teacher login page, I can click on the icon labeled Student Login. My teacher has bookmarked that URL, so I'm going to navigate to the student login page. Next, I'll need to enter my username and password. On my home page, I see two sections: assessments that are available for me to begin or to continue, and assessments that I've completed and submitted for scoring. My teachers assigned me a measurement and geometry quiz. I see there are 15 questions on the assessment. I haven't started my test, so I haven't answered any questions. I see that saving will be allowed, and I also notice that there's not a time limit for me to complete my test. I also notice that my assessment window closes tonight at 11 p.m., meaning I have to log in before that time if I want to have access to my test. To begin, I'm going to click on the assessment that I'd like to start. On my test page, I see the name of my assessment, I see my name, and I see that I'm on question 15 of 15 questions remaining. Once I've read the question, I can make my selection and use the arrows at the bottom of the page to navigate between test questions. I can also use the Jump To menu to see which questions I've answered, which questions I have yet to answer, and I can jump to a specific question number by clicking on it. If I need to exit my test for whatever reason and my teacher has enabled me to save and continue later, I can click Save for Later, or if I've answered all of my questions and I'm ready to submit them for scoring, I can click Score My Test. A pop-up will appear asking if I'm sure that I'd like to submit my answers for scoring. If I'm not, I can go back to my assessment, or if I'm ready for my results, I can click Score It. I didn't do so well. I only scored 3 out of 15 questions correctly. Below my results, I see the standards that were addressed in the assessment, and if I'd like to return to the home page, I'm going to click Return to Main Menu. If I scroll down, I see that my assessment now appears under the Completed section. I see my score of 3 out of 15, and I see that my teacher has allowed me to return to my assessment to review the correct answers.